everyone. Today I'm going to come to you with a little yin flow session. We're going to have our lovely Rosa here who's going to follow along and show you how the poses are actually done. We're going to have a little flow that's really going to relax you in these times where you will stay at home a lot and maybe get some tight hamstrings, some tight hips, and also open up your shoulders and your chest a little bit. We're going to start with a little pranayama session and then a little bit meditation before we're going to ease into our first poses. Every pose we're going to hold between 2 and 4 minutes, except the poses in between, the counter poses, mainly child's pose, we're going to hold for about a minute. We're going to start with Kaki Mudra Pranayama, which is basically in English the crow's beak gesture pranayama. And if you ever see how birds drink, they open their beaks and go into the water and then chug it back in. And this kind of gesture we're also going to try to imitate with our last breath in the Kaki Mudra Pranayama. We're going to also kind of like put our lips pursed like this when we're going to breathe. And we're going to have 5 rounds of breathing. And I'm going to show you once how it's going to look like. So we're going to have our hands just relaxed or in a mudra, however feels most comfortable for you. And then we're just going to start by inhaling through our pursed lips. And also exhaling through those lips. We're going to do this 4 times. The fourth breath, we're going to exhale by putting our head towards the chest. And the 5th breath is going to be. And then we're going to hold the breath in for about 5 to 10 seconds and really feel the expansion in our chest. And then we're going to breathe out again with the head coming down to our chest. And with closed eyes, we're going to stay then for a moment with this experience and try to get into a bit of a meditative state and center us. We're going to start with the Kaki Mudra because it's a cooling breath, and in a yin class we want to really keep our muscles cool and relaxed, so we're not actually going to work our muscles but our fascia and the connective tissue. So if we have warm muscles, they're going to take away all the tension that we cannot really address our fascia or the connective tissue, and this is why we're going to start with this Kaki Mudra Pranayama, which is also quite nice as a starting point to get into a bit of a centering point. Alright, so we're going to start with the first 4 rounds, so just do it with us. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale for the 4th time, exhale, head to chest. And a full deep inhalation. Keeping the head up, keeping the lungs full, feeling the expansion in our chest, feeling how full we are with oxygen right now, with air, with prana. And exhaling the head back down. Keeping your eyes closed, and observe the effect of this practice on your breath, on your mind. Feel how your breath is returning back to normal, to a relaxed pace. Also your mind relaxing. Your whole body relaxing. Your face, the eyebrows, the jaws, your neck and shoulders. Everything relaxes as your breath slows down. Fully arriving in this practice on your mat. And make a little sankalpa commitment for yourself that in the following 20-25 minutes of the practice, you're going to stay centered with your breath. And you're going to be gentle to your body. You're not going to strain. You're going to ease into the poses and let time get you deeper. No force. And slowly open your eyes. Namaste once more. We're going to start in butterfly position. So we're going to keep our legs a little bit further than the normal young practice butterfly. We're going to try to have a bit of a nice diamond shape here. Very nice. And then we're going to try to forward tilt our pelvis just a little bit so we sit on our sitting bones, so we put the fleshy part of our buttocks away. And then we're not going to try to lean down with a straight back, how we would do in the normal practice, but we can really relax down here and just round the back a little bit and just go as much low as it's comfortable right now. And the rest gravity will do. If you want, you can have a bit of a block here for your head, or just support yourself on it when you're going to come a bit lower. And we're going to stay here now for about 3 minutes. I'm going to stop the timer here so we're going to know when it's done. In this yin practice, we really use our breath to get deeper into the poses. So we're trying to breathe into the area where we feel a light tension, a light stress in the connective tissue. And with every exhalation, we're going to try to really let it go, breathe it out. Try to make your breath really round and smooth, without any edges. And observe how the exhalation is becoming longer and slower. Stay for another 1.5 minutes. We're halfway through. You may feel how, just without any strain, any effort, you could ease a lot deeper into the posture than before. And while your muscles are fully relaxed in here, really work on your fascia and the connective tissue around your hips, your knees. At the same time, we're also really slowing down our whole systems in the body, the heartbeat, the blood pressure. Reaching the last 15 seconds. So again, put your whole attention again on your breath. And very slowly and gently prepare yourself to get out of the posture. Doing the last breath, and with the exhalation, very slowly peel yourself out of the posture. Just as gentle as you come in, not to disrupt yourself. And as a counter pose, we're going to put our hands left and right behind us. We're going to pull our legs close to ourselves in the windshield position, and then we're just going to go to the left with the exhalation, inhalation, coming back up, and the exhalation again to the right side. Really nice. And again, inhale, coming up, and exhale down. Inhale, slowly coming up, and exhale down. Let's hold here for one breath. Exhale, relaxing deeper. Inhale, coming back up. And one more exhalation to the left side, relaxing again. One breath here. And inhaling, slowly coming up. The next pose, we're going to come into a straddle position. And again, it doesn't need to be a full split. It's just a very comfortable wide-legged position here. It doesn't even need to be a 90-degree angle, just as much as you feel comfortable without feeling much strain. From here again, we try to put our buttocks away so we can sit on our sitting bones, slightly forward, rotate the pelvis. And then from here, with a round back, first trying to come down, but not too strong. And then slowly, again with a rounded back, coming towards the front. And you can use any props that you may feel could help you. For example, a bolster that you can just put in front of your chest or in front of your head, kind of like embracing it. And then slowly easing into the posture. And if you feel you no longer need the prop, you can also just put it away. And I'm going to stay here for another 3 minutes. I'm going to again set the timer. Just make yourself as comfortable as possible. This is really your time to unwind and relax. And for many people, this posture feels pretty tight. But if we just let our muscles relax, we'll feel how we can really go deeper into this posture just by time and gravity. Again, really use your breath as your guide. Maybe the more longer you can make your exhalation, the deeper you may actually feel that you can ease into the pose. You may adjust your hands if you feel you can go a bit deeper. But we never want to go to the point of stress. When we go into this yin poses and hold for a long time, we actually flush a lot of the blood out of the connective tissues. And when we go out again, fresh, nourished blood can come back and get maybe some more sticky parts of our fascia more relaxed and more unsticky, so we feel just a lot more loose and relaxed in these areas. Reaching the last minute. Really try to be an investigator here. To really feel exactly what you feel and where you feel it. How these sensations change. Which is really the benefit that we have in this yin practice, that we have the time and the calm and the peace to really explore and get to know ourselves on a very deep level here. I'm going to do 3 more breaths very calm and relaxed ones. And with the last breath, you come slowly out of the posture. Very slowly peel yourself out of it, as not to disturb your physical body or your mental body. And you can put your bolster away or any prop that you might have used, and again, very gently put your legs into the windshield position. I'm going to do another few rounds of just relaxing the legs here in the one direction, the exhalation, inhaling up and exhaling down, inhaling up and exhaling back down, inhaling up, exhaling down, holding here for a second. We inhale back up, and the last exhalation to the left side, really making it smooth here. Hold and inhale, coming back up, and then we're going to find ourselves in child's pose for a minute. You can either do it the extended version or the hands by the side. So we've been very open with our legs for a while now. We're going to put our hips a bit closer together, now the legs closer together, and just give ourselves a moment to reconnect to ourselves here. Relax the hips and the legs, and using our thighs, our legs, as a physical feedback for our breath. And then we're going to slowly come out of this pose again, and you can just come straight onto a prone position on your belly. As we go into the more yang part of this practice, because in every yin there's also a yang, and every yang there's also yin. And so in our yin, more relaxed practice, we also have more active poses. So for this sequence we chose the Sphinx and Seal pose, as Rosa already nicely demonstrates how you can put your arms shoulder width apart, exactly in line with your shoulders. You slightly have your pelvis rotated to the front, so you're slightly pushing into the floor, decompressing the lower spine a little bit and having more of an elongation of the spine in the upper part. And you can keep your head either straight, put your head down, or if you want, even elongate the upper spine even more by opening up the head towards the ceiling, whichever is most comfortable for you. At the same time, also try to work your shoulder blades together, that you have them a little bit activated here, not tensing or pressing, just slightly back and active. We're going to hold this for 2 minutes, and then you can choose to stay here for another minute, or you're going to straighten out your arms and can come into a seal position. That's up to you, however you feel comfortable. And we're going to start. So also here, close your eyes. And we have the benefit of the floor here that we can use now as a physical feedback for our breath. Feel how the belly is pushing into the floor, and relaxing again the abdomen as we breathe out. Feeling the movement in our lower back and our whole body. Feeling how we're ever so slightly opening up the chest in this posture in a very relaxed way. I find it a bit harder in such a pose to get into into a more relaxed state. But you can continue be the detective of your own body by really focusing on every sensation that you feel within. Reaching our last 3 deep breaths here. We're focusing on making the exhalation longer and deeper. And with our last exhalation, we're going to slowly push, if we wish to do so, into the variation of the seal pose. We're just straightening our arms and go even a bit more into the yin, the yang variation here. And again, trying to ever so slightly forward rotate our pelvis to decompress the lower back, the lower spine. And then we're going to hold here for another minute. Observe the changed quality of the pose and the effect it has on your spine, on your chest, on your shoulders. But at the same time, really try not to engage your muscles too much. To keep stable without tensing anything. So again, reaching our last 3 breaths here. Just again our chance to come back to our breath in case it wandered. And then the last exhalation, we slowly push ourselves back into a child's pose position with extended arms. Being mindful all the while of the changing sensations in your body and of feeling how good it feels to round your back over your legs. Breathing into your lower part of your ribs. Maybe even you can feel how you can breathe in the back part of your lower spine, your lower back. Feeling the expansion, a 360-degree fashion in the sides, but also in the front and in the back. Come very slowly out of this position. Find yourself sitting facing the front of our mat, the short front side of our mat. We're going to do one more pose for our hips, the happy baby pose, which is very nice because you can really regulate with the amount of pressure you put into your legs. We're just gonna slowly lie back into happy baby pose. Grab our big toes or our ankles, whatever feels comfortable. And you can play with either extending your legs up, maybe extending them a bit towards the side, wherever feels comfortable here. And you can really play with also the pressure you put on your heels or on your feet and how much you press into yourself. So just really experiment a little bit. Find a position that feels nice for you, that you can remain for 3 minutes. And once you found this position, I'm going to start the 3 minutes. Since your legs are now so close towards your abdomen, you can really try to breathe against your legs. With every exhalation, you may feel how your legs follow your abdomen towards yourself. Especially the hips that we hold a lot of tension, and the connective tissue around our hips. Oftentimes we even store or deposit some emotions that we haven't completely dealt with in those areas, and that tend to tighten up and tense those areas, making us always carry this emotional baggage with us around. Sometimes this may even the limiting factor for some poses. It might not be the muscle, it might actually be the tension in our fascia and the connective tissue. So really coming back within to yourself and taking your time for these yin practices is really important. Especially in our day and age, with a lot of stress and focus on strong physical practices. Practices also remind us to be more gentle to ourselves, to not always push and pull and have this one more rep mentality. Just to be okay with how it is right now. No doing, no pushing, just letting things be and seeing how change and progress comes just by itself. Slowly reaching the end of the 3 minutes. So come back very consciously to your breath for 2 more rounds. And the next exhalation, slowly hug your knees into your chest. Very slowly, giving yourself a warm hug for a moment, feeling how nice it is to put your legs together again, feeling the sensations of the blood rushing back into your hips, fresh blood, nourishing blood. Slowly twist your legs to the left side in reclining twist position, putting your hands out into a T form. And then if this is really easy for you and you don't feel pretty much anything, you can extend the lower leg out, straightening it out. And you may also put your hand onto the upper leg, if that feels alright, to give it a bit of an extra push here, gentle push. And if your neck allows it, you may look towards the other side, towards the hand that's straight. And we're going to stay here also for 3 minutes. Becoming aware of the different sensation of your breathing when you're in this twisted position, feeling the light resistance. And also acknowledging this resistance, not trying to force it and breathe specifically deep now. Just acknowledge that right now your range of motion in your rib cage is limited, so trying to breathe and force too deeply. Try to use the lower abdomen more. That has the free floating ribs and is more free to expand here. And even if the breath might not be as deep, as long as in other poses, you can still use it to calm ourselves more. Very slowly, very gently, with the last exhalation, straightening out again. Lie straight on your back for a moment. Very slowly peeling yourself out of the position, straightening out the legs, and just feel how everything is coming back into a centered position, feeling the change. And slowly hug your knees back into your chest. And then we're going to twist again to the other side. Spreading the arms out into a T position. And again, you can just play around with what's comfortable for you, straightening out the lower leg, putting your hand on top. Just make yourself again as comfortable as possible. It's always good to take your time for a bit before we have to change the position in the pose. Coming to the last few minutes. Now we can also get back to our Sankalpa from the beginning. We're trying to stay focused and with our breath in this practice. Just reevaluate a little bit how we achieved that, how we fared, and maybe use this last pose as a way to be really present and really feel our body. Enjoying the last few breaths in this posture. Let's make it another 3 deep in and exhalations. And slowly straighten yourself back out. Come into a supine position with your legs straight. Your arms by your sides, 30-40 degrees away. leaving some space for the armpits. Put the legs in a comfortable position. And again, the last pose, Shavasana, corpse pose, no more tension. And reflect on your practice once more. Feel the difference that you felt in your body from before the practice compared to now. Check in with your heart and your breath, your mind. And then you may stay here for as long as you wish. And when you come out, you can slowly start with your fingers and your toes. And then slowly come back into a seated position. And otherwise, you may just stay here for as long as you wish, and then slowly come out. Thank you for watching, and thank you to Rosa, and namaste. Hope to see you soon.